won in the Solo Victory Cash Cup yet? Well, these players also hadn't won until the most recent Solo Cash Cup. So today we're going to look at and see what did they do to finally win in the Solo Cash Cup. Alright guys, we're starting this analysis off with maybe a bad mistake by the opposition. Yeah. We could say Rezi had amazing awareness there or just flamed the other guy. Let's just say Rezi had insane awareness. But you know what guys, some players do panic in situations like that when they're giving an elimination on a plate, they overthink it, they miss their shots and they actually maybe even die. But Rezi did not do that, so that's fair play. Here now he is using the floorberry phase to rotate. And I do like the fact that he's rotating before Storm is on his back. And he's being very aware, you know, taking a break there smart too. Leaving his sprint recharge, waiting to use the flurry phase at the right time. He could have been getting awareness at this moment, but you know what? If he seems like quite a quick reactive player, which is also okay. If you can react quick enough and you also when you're phasing, oh, that's bad. Anyway, that is an issue with him not scouting enough. But if you are staying low enough to the ground, it's unlikely that you'll get 200 to 0'd because you'll be able to build in time. So that's why it is dangerous when you phase and you go higher than 2 floors where you can't even build to protect yourself. Here, I do believe that he kind of got saved by the armored wads, guys. I'd correct him and say the mistake he made there right now was rotating maybe a little bit too late. You know, it was good that he didn't rotate when the Storm was on his back, but he definitely could have rotated sooner. And he didn't scout. He just went with the flow. he said, alright, I'm just going to rotate, seems like the right time. But you know what guys, he does end up earning here. So there is definitely some things that he's going to do right. I mean, 4 kills already. It's a very good start. Not afraid to fight like he's pressuring this guy right now. He does do an interesting stay edit there. I wonder, I guess just to put 2 layers of protection between him and the other player. Good to run back in there. Not to be just out in the open, you know, in the danger of other players. Alright guys, we're going to skip on here to the next thing to learn. Oh wait, no, wait, we're going to fight. Good shots. He's going to get a few loading for his gatekeeper. Nope, I do like that play though of using the stairs to build up. Especially when there isn't like a dominant player on height just ready to laser you. And if you're smart about it, if you jump off and you're not floating for too long, it's totally fine to do that play. You won't get beamed that bad. Again, he does it here. That one was definitely riskier, but it's working for him right now. But that doesn't mean it'll always work. Fortnite guys, again, I mentioned this like I do in other videos. It's very situational. I do think that he is going for height here a bit too early, but if he's an aggressive player and he believes he can get the refresh, that's the reason why this will work. But guys, in general, if you're not going to be looking for refreshes constantly, going for height at this stage in the game is definitely too early. The going for height early play didn't end up working for Rezi, but here guys, he gets I will admit it, he gets a lucky refresh. Yes, he had to aim to shoot the player, but I mean, that was just such unlucky timing for that guy. Rezi didn't even see him. He just jumped out his box and he was there. Now I'll give props to Rezi. He had good aim and reaction speed to eliminate the player in that situation. And you know what guys, they are important things to practice. You know, there's different types of Fortnite players. The ones that are maybe slower with mechanics and reacting, but they're very aware. They know what to do, like to prepare before they do stuff, like to prepare before they rotate. Maybe their looting plans and they get that stuff right. Their strategies on top, but their mechanics and fighting isn't. And depending on how you are guys, you have to keep that stuff in mind. Alright? And you have to practice your weaknesses and also play off your strengths. But yeah, Rezi, alright guys, Rezi is actually insane. He's a very quick player, but boy, is he getting a bit lucky right now. But again guys, as I said, he wouldn't have been able to do this if his aim was bad and reaction speed was slow. So you have to keep those in mind and practice those. That is what is to learn from this. I do like this play guys when you're... Oh, okay, there is great. That is the showing of why Siphon is great. to be in the game because now he's still in it. I'd say there it was more of a mistake from the other player. I mean, the other player had mats. I think he also had Mickens down when he died, I don't know. But he shouldn't have went for that kill on Resi, or it was okay to go for it, but he should have blocked his back wall. I mean, I don't know why. Maybe he thought Resi was going to be able to shoot him in time, but you know, as we've seen, Resi's aim is actually kind of cracked. Here, he does get the blessing of a refresh, the guy who had all the white health HP that he needed. He does run out of mats there, but he didn't build enough, so I think he just failed to pick up the siphon mats. Here, he's sprinting around, is weak. Again, hits another insane shot. He was lucky there, the player didn't hit him. Guys, with Resi, I'm sorry, but I do believe he got a bit fortunate, but his mechanics and fighting is great, so that is why he was able to clutch up the win here. He shoots the player down, very good thinking, and gets the win. If you want me to quickly say, guys, things I think to learn from that fight were to practice your mechanics and aim, to be quick with your movement, to not just stand there still, not let the panic get to you. That is something I noticed with Resi, is he wasn't panicking. It looked like he was always ready for a fight. He didn't get startled, he just reacted. So you also need to get comfortable in those intense situations, and if you do, you might just get yourself $100 and get the win, just like Resi. Again, we're starting with an early kill in this review. Filcher, the replay bugs here, but he does a nice edit with the floor stairs, is just ready to shoot this guy, and uses his good aim to get the elimination. That was good awareness, and maybe good awareness of a bad player. That was way too easy for Filcher just to get the floor and place the stairs. Either the guy just built a floor in a pyramid, or he didn't even have a pyramid. Guys, that is a big mistake. Every box that you make, put a pyramid. Doesn't even matter if it's off spawn, if it's mid game or end game. Always put a pyramid. The counter piece control is so useful, and also it helps you in many different situations, and that situation just there is one of them. Player isn't going to be able to shoot you down as quick because there'll be that one extra build to give you a chance to react. Here, Filcher has been made weak by this other player, and he does a few good things here to save his game and actually win this fight. First of all, it's good that he's looking for this defensive shot, and the defensive shot he makes here, really good. He doesn't jump so the player can't see him, and he angles himself just behind the wall. He messed up there with his peak, but it's fine because then he catches the player off guard by quickly editing and shooting him. He knew, or he could see, that the player was not ready to react in time because he went for the pickaxe. He did pickaxe, and Filcher was quick enough just to quickly edit and kill him. Guys, don't make the mistake of pressuring walls like that guy just did there. When you're pressuring a wall, you either want to fake the pickaxe so you don't actually hit it and get the delay, so then when the player edits you shoot them. You either want to just hold out your gun so when the player does edit you shoot them, or you want to be spraying with an AR so when they do edit again, you shoot them through the builds, get loads of damage off, and make them panic. Alright guys, there it was really well done by Filcher, but also a big mistake by the other player. Here, when you're getting sprayed, that's also another thing to learn. When you spin like that, the way he just did, it does loads of movement for your character and makes you harder to shoot out the air. Now that doesn't mean you just get away with it every time. If you choose a bad time to glide in front of 50 people with ARs, even with spinning, you're going to die. So keep that in mind. But overall, right now, Filcher is playing this really well. Some of the hardest rotates to do in endgame is the ones to half zone. So I really like the way Filcher rotates this one. He looks around, he gets awareness, and when he realizes no one's looking or he has the opportunity to rotate, he does just that. And what does he do? He gets into zone, he makes some space with brick walls, and now he's in a great position to play from this. To be honest guys, just in case you're curious about what happened when Filcher got to 4 to 5 kills, I'm just going to include this. There's not much to it, just good awareness, and he got himself a nice little extra refresh. Something to know though about that situation is he didn't just jump in straight away when he got the kill, and I've done it, maybe you've done it, but you got a refresh in endgame, you're excited, you're like, oh, this could be the refresh that gets me to the win, and you just jump in straight away. what happens? There's a player there hiding in the corner. Well, I don't know what's happened to my accent there. But anyway, yeah, there's a player hiding in the corner. You jump in and they just shoot you and you're dead. You got all that loot for nothing. So definitely keep that in mind. Don't make that mistake. Don't get too excited, jump in the box too early and then die. What you should do is exactly what Filter did. Give it a second or two, listen and look, get awareness, and if you feel like it's safe, jump in then. Because in endgame there's always bastards looking for loot, looking for their refreshes, and they won't be too slow to jump in and take yours. So definitely you need to have awareness. Right now Filter is doing a good job. Tuck height at a relatively decent time to take it. Now he just needs to be aware of his match situation. There, that was poor by that player. He definitely, that could have been a lot worse for him. But because he was shooting a Filter, I think that's the only reason he survived. He doesn't shoot a Filter there. He's floor barrier fizzing in the air for a long time. Filter beams him out there and he dies. Alright guys, this is, whenever a player gets into this situation, it's simple enough. Play height, spray down, and yeah. What would I say is, I'm surprised nobody from second height is spraying him right now, which would have made this a lot harder for him. But, oh, wow. Never mind. He didn't have the awareness. That guy didn't know there was a player above him, which is kind of fortunate, and I'm also surprised that he is staying this high. But you know what? Maybe it'll work for a reason. But yeah, you have to. Yeah, it's all about situation and awareness, because if a good player was below a Filter right now, they would just spray him out and laser him out the air. So I don't think this is the play, but it's working because the player below a Filter just isn't that great for some reason. It is interesting what he's going to do here now. Is he's going to run out of mats? But there is something that he's doing really good, and that is he's constantly fizzing. When you have what's it called? When you have this position height, you know, this high up, you're going to die to fall damage if you fall. You need to constantly keep fizzing. Yeah, it's annoying. You can't put as much pressure, but it's something you have to do. Now he just jumps down from height and wins. Wow, I can't believe that worked, but maybe that's a new strategy. You play height until they forget you're even in the game. They think that you're some hacker that's popping medkits out in Storm. Don't even look up and you just drop on their head and kill them. Guys, I think Filter played that well, but also it's a mixture of bad players not having awareness. Don't make the mistakes that they did. And now let's go on to the final player that I looked at. I must mention, for some reason, there was no audio in the gameplay here. So you're just going to hear my voice and the music, which, you know, I don't think that would take away from the amazing things to learn from this player. Here, Vera was actually in a fight. And what I like that he's doing here is he's rotating away. Not because you should rotate away from every fight that you get into, but because he wasn't in zone. He keeps forcing that fight. Zone comes, he has to, Storm comes, he's stuck fighting with this guy on backside. Guys in front of him who are already in their boxes hold him, shoot him, and he die. Now, right now, he is just purely W keying, and that is because of the situation his match is in. He is trying to get the refresh that he needs. Also, maybe he's just an aggressive player. I can't lie, I think he is maybe being a bit too aggressive, but you know what, sometimes you have to risk it to get the game winning refreshed, and that is exactly what he just did. Trying on different angles, just being pure confident. Sometimes guys, that is what wins it in fights. I know I've died to so many players when they were just so confident for no reason, and they actually got to my head and I died. Guys, sometimes the confidence just works, and it was very well done by him not getting caught on backside the Storm. When Vera is rotating to the next zone, I like how unafraid he is to use mats and to shoot at other players that might shoot at him. Now guys, I think he might just have an aggressive playstyle also. That's something to keep in mind. But that doesn't mean he's stupid. When he floor break fizzes and dashes there and slides, that's really good. It helps him keep rotating quicker and further. And here, going behind this house wall to save his mats and just to be in a less dangerous position. It's just very nice. Now, I will say I do think it would be better for him if he was on elevation, but if you're going to be on low ground, at least be on normal where you save mats and you're not really in the eyes of many other players. And again, guys, you see him here. He's looking for a fight. He jumps in. He's going to get the kill, and he gets that kill. That is insane. Wow. But you know what? It's great awareness, and it was the right play to do, because the player was totally off guard, and Vera could see that. And if there's a chance for you to get a refresh, Storm isn't coming, where you're going to be stuck on Storm when you get that kill, go for it. Because to win these games, you need mats, and Vera, I think he just likes fighting, but also it benefits him massively that he just got that mat refresh. And now look at this, he can use it to create space, and he's also in a higher elevation position here, so that is definitely going to help him. Here, what Vera does is actually spectacular. I know I'm using a big word because of how genius it is. All of us, well, why am I saying that? I mean, me, when I get shot like this, a lot of times I just build my box and start healing straight away. What I love that Vera does is he gets awareness. He originally did have his shotgun out, so he's ready for a defensive shot, but he also looks around. That looking around helps you see if somebody is pressuring wall, maybe sneakily getting in to try and finish you off because they know you got shot. And it just allows him to know that it's safe to pop this big pot, and his walls are full health, and he's gonna be fine. Guys, it's really smart. Vera is playing this so smart, and he knows what to be aggressive at the right times. That's actually something I must mention. I'm calling him an aggressive player, which I do think he is, but he's being aggressive at the right times. Here, he sees zone, he knows that he needs to be focusing on just rotating and getting ahead of everyone else. Lovely slides off of the builds with the flowberry face just to keep moving quickly. Here, he's getting pressured, quick, good edits. You know, if you don't practice your edits enough and you're not consistent, you mess up there, that guy just shoots you and you're stuck on your wall and you're dead. But Vera has good edits, and that he did not have that issue. Here again, he's pre-fizzing for the zone, ready to get ahead, and it's just really well done. Shoots a player here, only has a gatekeeper, so I do wonder if he's going to try and force this. He's being quite aggressive, he gets in. It is hard for him to keep the pressure on because all he has is a pickaxe. So what's he going to do now with that fella, the fact that that fella placed the armored wall? He's going to slow it down, he's going to reload, and now he's looking up at height. Guys, it's actually not common. I feel like since last season I've seen less of it. It's the single shotgun loadout for a few reasons I would have to mention, but this guy believes in it and it seems to be working for him. But would I recommend carrying it? Guys, I wouldn't, because this was his first earnings. Now maybe he just learned more strategies on how to actually play it better, but I watched so many sort of victory cups and I don't see the solo gun loadout that much anymore. You know, issues with it, you can't spray out height, and if height has loads of mats, they can just dominate the game. That is a big issue. Secondly, you'll see there, keeping the pressure on is really hard. You just have to pickaxe, shotgun. It's not ideal, especially the fact that, you know, it's not like chapters ago where there was a tack shotgun with 8 bullets. Yes, you can get the gatekeeper with 5, but still, it's very risky and it's just not the best play. But guys, you know, whatever works for you works for you. But I'm just mentioning that 100% it's not as common that players are winning with the one goal gun loadout. There, guys. Also, if he misses a shot, he could very well die there because he's gonna be stuck reloading his gatekeeper while the other player might turn around with their pump, hit him max damage, and then with their spray weapon finish the job. So guys, these are just important things to know when you carry a certain loadout. I must say though, his aim has been quite good, so something to take from this 100% is just to practice your aim. Here he jumps in the box. Because he has speed reload, it makes the gatekeeper actually viable to carry on its own, but still again, don't do that. I wouldn't recommend it. But you need to practice it if you do, and then if you learn it well enough, you actually might be fine. But yeah, speed reload makes this actually totally fine for him. He can quickly put the pressure on. Smart to look down to have the awareness to pickaxe that brick floor, to get him out quicker than how much health he would have taken if he just stayed harvesting the metal wall. He does find a bit of wood there. Only one build. This is not going to be the reason why he wins this game. Guys, if this does just go to heal off, I will skip. But I don't think it will, because he only has one build. So I do wonder what's going to happen here. How does he get the win? Pickaxing up, phasing it because of the way he went through that cone. Lovely job. And getting an important refresh so he can continue boxing, tarping out until the storm closes. Because if he went into zone, into storm right now to start to heal off too early, he probably would die. He does go a little bit early, but only 4 seconds early, so it's not as bad as some players have done before. Popping a splash, popping the med kit, and guys, alright, this is simple. This is going to be the win. Let's skip it on. Yeah, guys, he just wins by heal off. Was very well played by him. A lot to learn from watching this player. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed, subscribe, and maybe this video will help you as well. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.